Okay, guys, we are back, and here in this video, we will grade the draft, and yeah, we're gonna grade every single pick from the Ravens, my favorite team, and yeah, we will get right into it. Uh, Full analysis first of all. I really like how Eric DaCosta just nailed the draft. Okay, after only 2 rounds. After day one and two, was already nailing it. You know, a lot of steals, a lot of good players came on our lap, and we capitalized on it. So, I would like to just grade every single pick, and yeah, let's get right into it. Okay, so first off here, our our best pick of the draft. Our biggest steal, probably the best pick of every single pick in the draft here. It's Patrick Queen. Okay, fell in our lap after the Seattle Seahawks just completely passed on him. And yeah, we were sad about Kenneth Murray. Yeah, he went to the Chargers. Just screw that. But we got arguably the second best running back in the class. Versatile. He's ready to start immediately. Very good. I really like this pick. I'm gonna have to grade it in A. In A, because he's not the best linebacker in the class. Isaiah Simmons is. I mean, if like Isaiah Simmons, he's like not really a linebacker. It's not his actual position, so he could arguably be the best linebacker, the best natural linebacker in this class. And I'm very happy with that pick. So big props to Eric DaCosta. I mean, we got lucky on that one, but you know, we capitalized on it. Seattle, I don't know what you're doing. You took Jordan Brooks, a second round guy, over him. So yeah, I don't hate that. I don't hate this pick. I fully love it. Ready to start for us right away. And yeah, at that point, I wasn't surprised if we would double dip on linebacker, which wasn't the case as you see here. Obviously, here in round two, this is this is a very good pick here in J.K. Dobbins here from Ohio State. We took him at 55. I was expecting Denzel Mims. I really wanted Denzel Mims, but I forgot that J.K. Dobbins was still on he was still on the board. He was the best player available at that point. Dobbins is a way better player than Denzel Mims. I really like Denzel Mims because, first of all, we need a receiver and you see that many teams passed on him like crazy. I thought he fell on our lap and we took J.K. Dobbins. I don't hate that pick. I'm not surprised that we took another running back over a receiver. We are a run first team. We're a run heavy team. We're not a pass heavy team. So another weapon on that offense. He's our running back of the future. That is one thing for sure. And a good compliment for Mark Ingram. You know, really excited for him next season. Okay, so third round here, we traded down with the Patriots. We traded our 60th pick, which we could have, even with that, we wouldn't even take Denzel Mims. So we traded him with the Patriots. They took Josh Uche. Okay. And yeah, we traded till till 71, and we got Justin Madubuike off of Texas A&M. This is a BPA. This is best player available at that situation. We have to take him, you know. And yeah, this is to me. We really at the combine. We met with him, So yeah, and the Ravens really liked him. I personally like it. It's adding some depth into that D tackle position. You know, it's I mean the defensive line, the front seven is very good, but it's old. Calais Campbell is in his 30s. Brendan Williams is entering 30. Who else? Who do we have? Derek Wolf is there. He's getting up there in age. Him also, So I mean, he is the best pass rushing D tackle in this class. In this draft. So his college career, bro, 51 pressures. The guy's a monster. I really love the pick. You know, he so surprising he fell that far into the draft. But another player that just fell on our lap, and we capitalized on that. And I really like the Costa for that pick. Were we nailed it this draft, and this is an example. Okay, so here we are. The second, I think, I think we traded for. No, we didn't trade for that pick. It's our pick. 98 was the other pick we traded for in that Patriots trade. So Devin Duvernay, yeah, we didn't take a receiver round one, round two, but round three, this guy is very good. Amazing pick for us there. There wasn't really bad pick in this draft. As grades, Patrick Queen is gonna be in A. J.K. Dobbins is gonna be an A plus because he's arguably the best running back in this class. Justin Madubuike has to be an A plus. Best pass rusher. Uh, best pass rusher. No, best. Yeah, best pass rushing D tackle in the draft fell in the third round. Very, so very late in the draft, and we took him. So that was a steal. Devin Duvernay, probably top 10 fringe top 10 receiver in this class. But speed, hands, you know, you know, he could be used. He's very versatile. He also you could also use him as a running back too. In trick plays, and that offense at Baltimore is very creative with the using players as gadgets. Prior to Lamar being the starter, Joe Flacco was a starter. Lamar Jackson was used in gadget plays, in some trick plays. So Devin Duvernay could be like that, and he doesn't really have drop problems. So yeah, we like that with him. So very good pick for us, and I will give this a B plus for us. Yeah, B plus for us. Because he's not the best player in the class, but that is still an amazing pick. Really doesn't change the fact. Okay, so here we are in the second pick we traded for in that Patriots trade, and this is Malik Harrison. I love this pick. I really love the pick. So now we have two different types of linebackers on on that defense. Patrick Queen is more of a cover linebacker. This guy's different. So yeah, he's also another guy who fell in the draft. Okay, let's not lie. He was gonna go maybe in the second round. I mean, teams. I think this year's draft was the worst draft in recent memories. In picks. Jalen Hurts going so early. You have Damon Arnett. You're supposed to go. I had him going in the third round. Went in the first round, 19th overall to the Raiders. Not good. You know. So yeah, you got the Seahawks who just screwed up. Took whatever they wanted. Didn't look at the players. Just took terrible players. Not terrible players, but they could have taken them. They could have taken better players or better players on the board, and they took worse players who could have went in the later rounds, round 4, round 5, even round 6. So Malik Harrison, it's great value, and yeah, I mean, I ain't gonna lie, I'm not gonna act like he's an amazing linebacker. He has some obvious flaws in on that on his game, you know. But we have Patrick Queen who can make up for his mistakes, So yeah, and a lot of his flaws too. A lot of his flaws are also Patrick Queen's strength. So for example, he can't cover. Patrick Queen is the best cover linebacker in this draft. So yeah, so we can they could very much make up for each other's mistakes here on this linebacker core. You know, they complement each other very well, and this linebacker duo, this rookie linebacker duo, could be lethal. It could be lethal, and also these guys are gonna have a sick front seven with all the you know have Calais Campbell. They're gonna be very comfortable. They're gonna have a great front seven in front of us. You know, you know. So this defense against the Titans wouldn't beat us. Derrick Henry wouldn't have 195 yards. You know, so I'm gonna have to give it a B plus on that pick. Great value, fell on our lap again. We took him. Pick 98, second round player went in the third round, very late. So yeah, I really like this pick. Okay, so another third rounder, the last pick of day two, it was Tyree Phillips out of Mississippi State. So this is more of a depth move. More of a depth move. Could compete at a starting role, but he's more than an offensive tackle. He could fight for a spot with James Hurst. James Hurst's spot isn't really safe. So we have a lot of we could have competition in training camp. It would all be good. And here's the thing: Marshall Yonda retired, so yeah, there's a hole. There's big question marks on that interior O line. Tyree Phillips is not an interior O line. He is an offensive tackle. So we could put him behind Rodney Stanley, or we could just push him inside, and he competes with James Hurst in the preseason, in the training camp. So he could like we don't have too much O lines on that on the team. So that is offensive line depth is very important, very crucial, and again, good scheme fit, big, and very physical in the run game. So here we are here. Good for the run game. We are trying to make, scheme fits. It's very important in football. If you don't fit the scheme, you won't work well, and the team is gonna suffer. So yeah, I'm gonna take that pick as a C plus. It's a depth move. It's not an amazing move. There wasn't a lot of you know all the best offensive linemen already went at that point. So yeah, I don't hate that pick. I actually like it, but I'm gonna give it a C plus. Okay, so our first pick in the fourth round, Ben Bredeson out of Michigan. So it's not a steal. He went where he was expected to go, where he was supposed to go, third, fourth round range, and he went in the fourth round. So yeah, and he's a little raw, but it's great depth. He could compete for starting position. We're adding some more depth. Eric DaCosta said at least every draft he wants to draft one offensive lineman at least. So, he drafted two this draft. So yeah, it's really good. His interior O line, he could compete with James Hurst and and Tyree Phillips for the starting job. So interesting battle, interesting position battle in the preseason. We like that. And the Ravens, He's raw, but we can work on it. The Ravens are very good at developing their players, you know. So I really like this pick. I'm gonna give it a C, and it's not a steal, okay, bro. It's not a steal, but he is a Ravens type offensive lineman. So I like that. Good pick by the Costa. It's again a deft pick, okay. So yeah. Okay, so here we go. The most hated pick in the draft by Ravens fans. I'm not someone who's gonna hate on it. I don't hate it. You know, it's a deft move. Okay, bro. Like sometimes in drafts you need to have deft moves. You don't need to take best player available if you don't need him. So yeah, in football we draft positions of need or depth. So what we what we have here, Broderick Washington out of Texas Tech. You know, we need to think about the future on this front seven. Like I said before, Calais Campbell, Brennan Williams, Derek Wolf, they're all at the peak of their careers. So and also Calais Campbell is a good mentor. So he can mentor these defensive tackles that are behind him. Good leader. So yeah, we brought in someone of experience, and these guys could learn a lot from Calais Campbell, and even Brendan Williams or even Derek Wolf. They're all veterans, and they need to mentor them and they will do a good job. I'm very sure about it. You know, One thing very sure, Calais Campbell is a very good mentor. So you know, we need to think about the future on the defensive line. It's getting old. It got older throughout the offseason, but it got better. You know, but we lost someone like Michael Pierce, who was 25, 26, something like that. And, you know, he that guy can win with both strength and and quickness. So, so he could become a good player for us down the road, We have a veteran offensive line, defensive line. He could develop behind that. So down the road, he could become a great player. I'm gonna give it a C. I don't hate the pick, unlike some Ravens fans. But yeah, that is a pick that I really liked. That I really want. I really wanted James Prochet in these late rounds. He he's I so it's very ridiculous value in the sixth round. And he could be like third round talent. It could be a very great steal of a pick. Him and Duvernay could be a steal of a pick. Also with players, we have to be able to use them well. You have some players who weren't picked very high, probably like sixth, seventh round, still panned out, still turned into great players in the NFL. Because teams were able to use them in a very great way, and that's what we might do with James Prochet. So he doesn't even have drop problems. He doesn't drop a single thing. So drops were a problem against the Titans. Okay, bro. If you looked at every drop, Mark Andrews dropped, tipped, and picked by who? I think. I don't even need to say. I don't need to say. It doesn't really matter. It's still a pick. Um, you had Seth Roberts, who's not on the team anymore. He dropped the ball. This could have been a touchdown or at least a 70-yard run. So in playoff games, he doesn't drop the ball. So that is a good thing in a receiver, and I don't know why people overlooked him. You know, he's like third round talent. A receiver that doesn't drop balls it's like, like it's not all about talent. Sometimes you have to be able to just do your job the right way, and just receiver, don't drop a ball. Corner, uh, cover well. Quarterback, throw the ball well. and then you're all good. You don't need, you know, so out of every, he's one of the best hands. He has one of the best hands in this, out of all the receivers in this draft. So, and yeah, he's good route runner, return ability, a returner. He could also be he could provide us with some return ability. So it's he he could also become a low key wide receiver factory that has produced notable wide receivers, such as Emmanuel Sanders, Cortland Sutton, Cole Beasley, all come from SMU. So yeah, amazing hands. I really like that pick from us. Ridiculous value in the sixth round. And yeah, let's get to to the last one here. Okay, not gonna lie, this guy could turn on into Chuck Clark. Okay, I'm gonna say why. Seventh round talent. That is such a ridiculous value. First of all, you're adding depth into safety. Behind Chuck Clark and Earl Thomas. So that is a very good thing. And he's like, he was supposed to go in the third round. That is the thing that is a bit, you know, in a bit weird about it. A bit weird because he went all the way to the seventh round. So that is great value for third round talent. You know, so lots of energy, good in coverage. That is very important. Not afraid to hit. He has. I looked at his stats. He has some forced fumbles. So he gets the numbers. So tackles a lot, tackles well, and it could be a pick that's similar to Chuck Clark. In a few years, they talent. He's talented guy. So yeah, I really don't hate the pick here. So draft recap here. Eric DaCosta is just a wizard. Okay, so and I like that. I really like this draft. That was a ridiculous draft. We completely nailed it. We should be like one of the draft winners. The team that has the best draft after maybe the Broncos. Okay, the Broncos got Jerry Judy, KJ Hamler. They have a sick offense now. But we do too. Run heavy, as a run heavy offense, we could have a very creative plays with the players we have. Our defense keeps getting better this offseason. This offseason, traded for Calais Campbell for a fifth round pick. Signed Michael Brockers, didn't turn out well. Failed his physical thing, whatever. We replaced him by Derek Wolfe. Good. Jake Ryan, deft. Not going to turn out amazing. Linebacker was the thing we had to address. Now we have Malik Harrison and Patrick Queen and Jake Ryan. This could be good. Maybe replacement for Jake Ryan, but add some more depth. I think Nigel Bradham is still there. Alec Ogletree, maybe. I hate him. Not gonna lie, I hate him. He's bad, but we need a one last linebacker in on this team, and we're all good. I mean, our front seven, the linebackers shouldn't even be worried anymore. We have a sick front seven, and yeah, we signed a bunch of practice squad players too, so they could compete for a spot in the preseason. We could discover some guys, Jake Breland, tight end Jake Breland. Ravens apparently really like him, so yeah, you have some undrafted free agents who could turn out very well. We never know. So yeah, guys, we're gonna end the video here. Hope you liked my review here. And yeah, guys, we're gonna see each other in the next one. Bye bye.